It is Tuesday morning, exactly 11:30. The sun is shining through the tall windows of a small, empty apartment. The walls are white, but if you look closely, you can see where the paint is starting to peel near the ceiling. It is very quiet inside, but the room has a strange echo because there is no furniture yet. As we stand here, we can hear the metallic sound of a key turning in the lock. The door opens, and the landlord, Mr. Henderson, walks in. He is wearing a blue sweater and looks like he is in a hurry. He smiles, but he's checking his watch. You walk in behind him. You have your notebook and a pen. This is a very important moment for you. You want to find a home, but you also want to be careful. You can hear a distant thud, thud, thud sound coming from the building next door. It is construction work. Mr. Henderson turns to you and asks if you like the apartment. He says it is a very good price and many people want to see it today. You feel a little bit of pressure in your chest. You want to say yes because the light is so beautiful, but you know you must ask the right questions first. Welcome to English Speaking Corner. Today, we are going to help you find the words for this exact situation. We will practice how to be an inquisitive tenant. We will learn how to ask about noise, how to talk about money, and how to spot problems before you sign a contract.
I am so happy we are doing this today. I remember the first time I looked for an apartment in an English-speaking city. I was so nervous that I forgot all my English. I just smiled and said everything was fine. Later, I discovered that the heater did not work and the neighbors were very loud. I wish I had these phrases back then. It is so important to stay calm and use clear language, even when you feel like you are in a rush. If you are listening at home, I want you to take a deep breath with us. Put on your headphones. This is your quiet space to practice. We are going to speak slowly. We will give you plenty of time to repeat after us.
That is exactly right. We are building your confidence, one phrase at a time. Before we dive into the first scene, if you find these calm lessons helpful, please make sure to subscribe to English Speaking Corner. By subscribing, you can join our community of learners who are building real speaking confidence every single week. Now, let's look at our first challenge. We are standing in the living room with Mr. Henderson. The construction noise outside is not very loud, but it is there. You also notice a small dark spot under the kitchen sink. It looks like it might be damp or a leak. Most students feel afraid to point these things out because they do not want to be rude. But in English, there is a very polite way to do this. We call it the polite observation. We start with the phrase, I noticed. Let's practice that together. Speaker 2, can you say that for us?
I noticed. It sounds very gentle. It is not an accusation. It is just a fact. I noticed. Exactly. Now, let's add the problem to that phrase. Listen to the sentence. I noticed some construction outside. Does it usually start this early? This is a great question because it asks for information. Now I want you at home to try it. I will say it slowly, and then I will leave space for you to say it out loud. I noticed some construction outside. Does it usually start this early? That is a very useful phrase. I noticed some construction outside. Does it usually start this early? When I say it like that, I feel like I am just being curious, not complaining. What about the spot under the sink? How should we ask about that without sounding like we are blaming the landlord? We use the same pattern. We can say, I noticed a small spot under the sink. Has there been a leak? Let's try that one together. Listen first. I noticed a small spot under the sink. Has there been a leak? Now it is your turn to speak. Say it out loud. I noticed a small spot under the sink. Has there been a leak? I noticed a small spot under the sink. Has there been a leak? It feels good to say the whole sentence. It makes me feel more in control of the situation. Mr. Henderson might say it was just an old problem that is already fixed, but by asking, you are showing him that you are a careful tenant. Yes, and that is very important. Landlords respect tenants who pay attention to details. Let's try one more for this section. Sometimes the windows in old apartments do not close perfectly. You might say, I noticed the window doesn't close fully. Is that something that can be fixed? Let's practice the second part of that. Is that something that can be fixed? Now you try. Is that something that can be fixed? Is that something that can be fixed? I like the word something here. It makes the request feel smaller and easier for the landlord to agree to.
You are right. Using words like something or a little bit can make your English sound much more natural and polite. Now that we have looked at the physical apartment, we need to talk about the most important thing for many people. We need to talk about the money. In the video by Jessica that many of you watched, she talked about renting an apartment, but she didn't go deep into the hidden costs. In many countries, the rent you see on the advertisement is not the only money you have to pay. You have to pay for electricity, water, and heating. We call these utilities.
Utilities. That is a big word, but very important. Can we practice the pronunciation of that word? Utilities.
Let's do it. U-til-it-t-t-y-s. Utilities. Now you try at home. Say it slowly. Utilities.
It sounds like a difficult word, but once you say it a few times, it becomes easy. So the question we need to ask is about what is included in the price.
Exactly. We use the word included. The most common question is, are the utilities included in the monthly rent? This is a vital question. If they are not included, you might have to pay a lot of extra money every month. Let's practice this together. Listen to the rhythm of the sentence. Are the utilities included in the monthly rent? Now it is your turn. Speak clearly into the room. Are the utilities included in the monthly rent?
Are the utilities included in the monthly rent? I want to say that one more time. Are the utilities included in the monthly rent? I think it is important to know if the heating is specifically included, especially in cold cities.
That is a very smart point. You can ask, is the heating included? Or if you want to be more specific, you can ask, what is the average cost for utilities here? This helps you plan your budget. Let's practice that one. What is the average cost for utilities here? Now you try. What is the average cost for utilities here?
What is the average cost for utilities here? This is a very professional question. It shows the landlord that you are serious and that you handle your money well. What if the landlord says the utilities are extra? What should we ask then?
You might want to know which company provides the service, but a simpler question is, how are the utilities billed? This means, do you pay the landlord or do you pay the company directly? Let's try that. How are the utilities billed? Your turn. How are the utilities billed?
How are the utilities billed? It is much better to know this now than to get a surprise bill in the mail 2 months later.
I agree. Now, let's move our conversation to the area around the apartment. You are not just renting a room, you are renting a place in a neighborhood. You want to know if you can sleep at night or if you will be woken up by cars and people. Mr. Henderson might say the neighborhood is great, but we want more details. We want to know about the street.
Yes, the street. I once lived above a restaurant and it was very loud at midnight. I didn't think to ask about that during the day when the restaurant was closed.
That happens to so many people. The apartment might be quiet at 11 in the morning, but very loud at 8 in the evening. So we use the word generally. This is a very common word in English to talk about the usual situation. The question is the street generally quiet during the evenings? Let's practice using generally. Listen closely. Is the street generally quiet during the evenings? Now your turn. Speak it out loud. Is the street generally quiet during the evenings?
Is the street generally quiet during the evenings? I like how generally makes the question sound more realistic. We know it won't be quiet all the time, but we want to know about most of the time.
Exactly. Another good word to use is usually. We can ask, is there usually a lot of foot traffic on weekends? Foot traffic means people walking on the sidewalk. If there is a lot of foot traffic, it might be noisy. Let's try that. Is there usually a lot of foot traffic on weekends? Now you try. Is there usually a lot of foot traffic on weekends?
Is there usually a lot of foot traffic on weekends? That is a very advanced sounding phrase, but the grammar is quite simple. Foot traffic. It's like cars, but for people. I will remember that.
It is a great phrase for city life. Now, what if you are worried about safety? It is a sensitive topic, but it is okay to ask. You can say, is the neighborhood safe to walk in at night? Let's practice that one with a calm, steady voice. Is the neighborhood safe to walk in at night? Now it's your turn. Is the neighborhood safe to walk in at night?
Is the neighborhood safe to walk in at night? It is very important to feel comfortable where you live. Mr. Henderson will probably say yes, but his reaction can tell you a lot.
That is true. Always watch the person's face when they answer these questions. Now, let's imagine we have seen the whole apartment. We have checked the kitchen, the bathroom, and the bedroom. We have asked about the rent and the noise. Mr. Henderson is looking at his watch again. He says, I have another person coming in 5 minutes. Do you want to sign the papers now? This is the moment of greatest pressure. You might feel like you have to say yes immediately, or you will lose the apartment. but it is always better to have a little bit of time to think.
This is the hardest part for me. I hate saying no or wait. I feel like I am being difficult.
You are not being difficult. You are being a smart consumer. In English culture, it is very normal to ask for time to think. You can be very polite and still say no for now. A great phrase to use is, I really appreciate you showing me the place. This is a softener. It makes the landlord feel good before you give your answer. Let's practice that. I really appreciate you showing me the place. Now you try. I really appreciate you showing me the place.
I really appreciate you showing me the place. It sounds very kind.
It does. And then you follow it with your request for time. I need a day to think it over. When do you need a final decision by? This is a very powerful question. It puts the timeline back on the landlord. Let's practice that together. When do you need a final decision by? Now your turn. When do you need a final decision by?
When do you need a final decision by? This is so much better than just saying I don't know. It shows that you will make a decision, just not right this second.
Precisely. Let's try the whole exit routine. We will put the phrases together. I really appreciate you showing me the place. I need a little time to think. When do you need a final decision by? I will say it one more time, and then I want you to try the whole thing. It is a long one, so take your time. I really appreciate you showing me the place. I need a little time to think. When do you need a final decision by? Now it is your turn to speak.
I really appreciate you showing me the place. I need a little time to think. When do you need a final decision by? I feel much more confident now. If I were standing in that apartment with Mr. Henderson, I would feel like I have a plan. I wouldn't just be standing there silently.
And that is the goal of our lessons here at English Speaking Corner. We want to give you the scripts for your life so that you never have to feel silent or powerless. Language is a tool, and today you have learned how to use that tool to find a safe and happy home. We have covered a lot today. We talked about making polite observations using I noticed. We talked about asking for the details on utilities and bills. We talked about checking the neighborhood for noise and safety. And we talked about how to buy yourself time to make a good decision.
It has been a very productive session. I feel like my English is getting smoother because we are taking it slow. We are not rushing through a grammar book. We are living in a real scene.
That is the best way to learn. Before we finish, I have a small challenge for you. Today or tomorrow, I want you to go into a room. It could be your own living room, a shop, or an office. I want you to look around and find one thing that you can observe. Maybe it is a window, a chair, or a light. Then I want you to say out loud, I noticed, and then describe it. For example, I noticed the light is very bright in here, or I noticed the chair is a bit wobbly. This small habit will help your brain get used to using these phrases in real life.
That is a great idea. I'm going to do that in my kitchen right after we finish. I'll practice saying, I noticed the coffee machine is a bit loud. It's a small thing, but it builds the muscle in my mouth for speaking English.
Exactly. Practice is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about doing a little bit every day. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember to hit the like button. It helps other English learners find our quiet study space. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a new episode. We are here every week to help you move from understanding English to actually speaking it with confidence.
Thank you for joining us today. You did a great job. Remember, every sentence you say out loud is a step towards your goal. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep speaking.
We are very proud of the progress you are making. Take these phrases with you today. Use them, play with them, and make them your own. You have the power to navigate any conversation, whether it is about an apartment, a job, or a new friendship. We will be here to guide you in the next episode. Until then, stay calm, keep practicing, and enjoy your journey with English. You are doing much better than you think.
See you in the next lesson. Goodbye for now.
Let us take one more deep breath together as we finish. Imagine you're walking out of that apartment, feeling proud because you spoke up for yourself. The sun is still shining, and you have the words you need. This is your corner, your space, and your language. Well done today.
Yes, well done. I can still hear the construction noise in my head, but now I know exactly what to say about it. It's not a problem anymore. It's just a topic for conversation.
That is the perfect way to look at it. Everything is just a topic for conversation once you have the confidence to speak. We will see you soon.
I am ready for the next one. Let's keep building this together.
We will. And for everyone listening, remember that your voice matters. It is okay to speak slowly. It is okay to take your time. The most important thing is that you are speaking. We will continue this journey next time. Have a wonderful and confident day.
Take care and keep practicing.
Every time you listen to one of these episodes, you are making your future self more confident. You are doing the work, and it will pay off. Think about the apartment you want to live in, and think about the English you want to speak. You are getting closer to both of them every day.
I really believe that. The more we repeat, the more natural it feels. It's like a song that you learn the lyrics to. At first, you have to think about it, but then it just comes out of your mouth without trying.
That is exactly how language works. It's about rhythm and repetition. You are learning the song of English, and you are doing a beautiful job. We are so happy to be part of your study routine.
It's time to go and practice our I notice phrases.
Yes. Go and find something to notice. We will be right here waiting for you in the next episode of English Speaking Corner. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Just one last thought before you take off your headphones. Remember that even native speakers sometimes feel nervous when they are looking for an apartment. It is a big life event. So if you feel a little bit of stress, it is not just because of the English. It is because you are doing something important. Be kind to yourself as you learn. You are managing both a new language and a new life situation at the same time. That is a very impressive thing to do. That is so true. I never thought about it that way. We are doing two things at once. No wonder we are tired sometimes. Exactly. So give yourself some credit. You are a brave learner. Now go out there and show the world what you can do. We believe in you.
We really do. See you soon.
See you soon. Keep that confidence growing. One word at a time. This has been English Speaking Corner, your quiet space for real English. Goodbye for now, and stay curious. Stay curious and stay confident. We look forward to our next talk. Keep the light on in your study space, and keep your heart open to new words. You are becoming the speaker you always wanted to be. I can feel it. I think the listeners can feel it too. I hope so. Until next time. Until next time. One phrase at a time. You are building your future. Every shadow, every repetition, and every minute you spend here is an investment in yourself. You are the architect of your own confidence. Keep building. That is a wonderful thought to end on. Let's go and build. Let's go. Goodbye. Goodbye.